Start.
Here's the interview clip of the conversation that took place the other day. Hi, Con.
Hi. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine.
You're good. Okay. Thank you for inviting me. This is going to be fun. Let's have fun. By the way, my name is Kwan, and nice meeting you all. And we're going to have such a great, profound conversation. Let's start.
Let me ask you some questions. What was the biggest cultural adjustment for you when you first moved from Korea to America?
The biggest one was I need to express myself more.
Yeah.
It used to be more like I need to kind of figure out a subtle and indirect way to show what I want. But when I moved to New York, and I noticed that everyone's very like putting their need first, and they say things that they think and they feel. And it was kind of very shocking to me at first, but I adjusted immediately and I survived.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree. I underwent through a similar experience in summer camp last year when I was taking picture with like as a group. One American girl told me that she has to go past me for her position, and soon an Asian girl was murmuring about the small space that was left for her. So, and I noticed a clear difference of how like they express their opinions.
Yeah, that's for sure. And because like I was in New York, which is known for like people are very blunt. They're very straightforward, and I noticed that kind of little difference between like LA and New York later. But like the people in New York, they're very like straightforward. They say things like without any kind of filtering, and I liked it. I really enjoyed that later, but when I moved there for the first time, it was probably the
Yeah,
biggest. Yeah.
true. What are some Korean traditions or values that you hold close even after spending a decade in the US?
Hmm. Um, I've always liked the way that we treat the elders. We respect them
Yeah.
more. I mean, like I'm not saying other country they don't respect elders, but this should be universal value. But we have very kind of very delicate way to treat them, and we have different kind of like culture compared to Westerner. So I think that is beautiful, and then we should really keep it.
Definitely. I feel like honor ethics makes Korean very different. I think that the partner could feel like more veneration than compared to English.
Mhm. And you should use that to me too, because I'm much older than you. Okay.
How has living in America shaped the way you view Korean culture, and how do you reconcile any differences between these cultural perspectives?
Um, First of all, reconcile is not is the right word. For me, it's more like intertwine. The way I see it, our identities are formed by whole different factors, such as
Yeah.
the personal experiences you have, and the books that you read, and even traveling experiences, and the education we got. I mean, like we cannot be defined as with one thing, which is nationality or
Yeah.
color of your skin. So like we are formed with whole new different things, especially like a person like me who have lived in abroad for a long time, and I was born and raised in Korea. So like whole thing is intertwined inside of me, and that creates my unique kind of like characteristic and my point of view
Mm.
and perspective. Um, I find myself, I would say, open-minded, and I definitely feel like my perspective got broadened, and because of my abroad experience, and ironically, I appreciate more about Korean culture, because if it wasn't for my experience in New York, I wouldn't have been able to just like see the beauty of what we have. Yeah,
Thank you for sharing.
no problem.
Could you please share an example of a time when you felt culturally in between while being in America? How did you handle that experience?
Mm. I studied filmmaking in New York, and before I moved to New York, I was a TV producer, and we were in this filmmaking class with a whole bunch of like wannabe director students, right? And then every week, what we had to do was we go out and we shoot a short film with the topic that
Oh,
professor gave to us. And then after
wow.
we finished shooting it, we came back to the classroom, we screened it, and then we watch it together. We discuss about the film. And at the time though, like I thought that my work, my films that I kind of design, my directing is in there, is gonna speak for itself. So I really didn't really talk about
Yeah.
my film
Yeah.
that much, but I noticed a lot of like students, especially American students, they were very, very descriptive. They talk about a whole bunch of stuff with that 1 minute long video and film. So I was like, wow, that's a very fascinating. How could they talk that much, like such a like 360-degree dimensional way? And that is the moment I felt like, oh, I need to really kind of change my attitude towards this.
Mm.
I need to just be more expressive. And I think I'm just talking to the same thing, but I need to just really just like put myself out there.
Good to hear that you learned like good good features from them.
Right. I mean, like I'm very active person, like in a personal level, and it's not like I was shy or something. I'm very extroverted, and I have no problem to talking to the strangers and the new people. But just like when it comes to the film, the work, and I felt like, oh, I need to be more chatty. Yeah.
That's very new to me. In your opinion, how does cultural diversity impact creativity and innovation in your work?
Yeah, it does impact me a lot. The films that I made is definitely is coming from that like mixed um, soup that I created. It's a mixed soup. It's kind of like a quilt, you know, like I weave together my kind of like Korean kind of the aesthetic value and my new way of like creating the drama and dramatology.
Mm.
So yeah, it definitely impacts me a lot. And then I wish I could show you guys my work so that you can see what I'm talking about. But
I really want to see
yeah,
it.
it's all mixed, you know. It's like I'm a huge fan of mixing things, you know, like that's a very typical Korean of me. And at the same time, I love mixing things with a different genre and different kind of music. Yeah, that's probably like shaped me in that level. Yeah.
Wow. In what ways do you adapt elements of both Korean and American culture in your daily life to create a sense of identity that feels authentic to you?
Authentic. Um, so like people probably like don't just relate it to themselves with this. But when people ask me for like, okay, what is your English name? And then I said to them, I'm Kwan. I don't have English name. You can call me Kwan. And that kind of surprised them because like almost every Korean students and a person has their own English name.
English name.
Yeah. And I noticed like a lot of Korean people actually do that. Korean, they don't want to really just like have their name butchered by this English native speaker. So they just like created this easy to pronounce English name and give it to them. And that's another identity. But I found it less authentic. It's not like there's nothing wrong with that, but just like it's not for me. So I just go by Kwan. Yeah.
And your name is very concise, so you don't need like specific English name.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
How has your concept of success been influenced by both cultures, especially regarding personal goals versus collective family expectations?
My concept of success is more influenced by those the people that I have encountered throughout my life, not necessarily coming from the cultural diversity.
Mm.
I really shaped my kind of philosophy about the personal kind of success with the conversation that I had with those kind of successful people or just random people, all those people that I have met. So, of course, I have my own kind of personal goal and the ideal kind of like family expectation, but
Mhm.
yeah, like success could be defined a whole different way. So yeah,
Mm,
I don't think that's
yeah,
necessarily is related to the cultural diversity.
I didn't know that, but in Korea, we usually define success as going to good college and making abundant monetary values.
Mhm.
So I thought that America would have different definition of success.
Hmm. Yeah, I that with that topic, I can go really like 1 hour long of the whole conversation with, but my definition of a success is like the self-actualization. For
Mm,
me, the top of the pyramid for me is a self-actualization. So creating something that I want, the envision that I hadn't really experienced before, that would be my definition of success.
wow, very
Too
interesting.
deep, too profound. You can't handle.
Are there values from Korean culture that you wish were more common in America or vice versa?
Mm.
How do these values impact your view on living in a diverse world?
Oh yeah, I told you that like in America, everyone they put their needs first. Yeah. And which is great. And so that we have very clear ideas about what other people want. And I think that's great. But I want American to consider how we all harmonize together better way and more modest
Mm,
while I really want my people, Korean people, to be more straightforward on what they want. So just tell me what you want. Like I just can't read your mind.
too indirect.
I want them to be, yeah, just very clear, articulated about what they want. Yeah.
Yeah, they're so disposed to saying in like indirect way.
I don't know which one's better. But
After a decade in America, what does diversity mean to you, and how do you see it enriching or challenging society as a whole?
Oh, yeah. If I were given this question, Kwan, what would be the 3 English vocabularies that you would choose to define you or you think is important? I would definitely gonna choose diversity in this category because diversity means a lot. And all the work that I've been doing is almost for me to contribute my color, my talent, my ability to this world so that we have
Mm,
another diversity. And I think the diversity definitely makes this world a better place to live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're so right. I once heard that America is enforcing the affirmative action. I heard that it's a very controversial topic, right?
What do you think about that policy? I'm curious. How about you?
Like, it's like I think it's like a bit partial for uh like minority groups. So I think it should be kind of regulated. And I think the policies should change in a more balanced way since it like some disadvantage occur to the majority groups, should I say?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like to answer your question, like affirmative action, like could have changed how American students like see Korean American or another Latino or Black students, because they felt probably like discriminated against by this
Mm,
college
mm,
policy because
yeah.
they worked so hard to get into college, but they just couldn't get in because of this color of skin. They felt probably unfair. But I will say this is byproduct of this not perfect world, in my opinion, because the reason why affirmative action existed is because there have been discrimination. There have been some kind of like unjust history in America. So we want to really just correct that tilted ground, and that is
Mm,
the reason why we have affirmative action. But like affirmative action, in my opinion, would bring some cultural diversity to America, to like university. So I think partially is effective to contribute to cultural diversity, but
mhm.
eventually it should be abolished because when we don't have those kind of policy and everyone is freely show what they're good at and what they're capable of, then and I think that we have made the better world. Does it answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing.
No problem. It was fun. Actually, it got me thinking about a lot of different things, and I love this kind of question. And I think you prepare really well. Like this kind of questions, also you have to study a lot, and also you share your experience. So I had so much fun. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.